right, guys, I got a real special guest on tonight. We got Devin Dawson, who is the founder of the very successful Facebook group called All About Auburn. I remember this time, well, actually a few months back, before this time last year, Devin Dawson was sitting at about, 400, 500 members. Now that group has grown to be an Auburn staple, which is almost at about 6,000 members. So y'all go over to Facebook and click the like button or whatever you got to do to get on that page. Very good information. Devin Dawson really knows what he's talking about. I mean, hell, you can't have 6,000 damn uh, viewers if you don't know what you're talking about. So once again, it's Kennard Vernon Stewart here for the podcast. We're talking Auburn football. Like this video, comment, and subscribe to Vernon Speak Sports Auburn. And as always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger, War Eagle. Devin
What's up, man? How's
Dawson,
it going?
what's going on? Man, it's going great. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. Staying dry.
Oh man, hey, look, it is what it is.
All right,
Now
man.
here's what we got, Devin. Of course, your page is you got a lot of great podcasters. You got a lot of great knowledgeable people on your page. I've been catching wind of Auburn as far as even the defense are raving about Chad Morris's offense, and they're kind of hinting around to say, hey, wait and see. This offense is going to be good this year. Do you
Yeah,
call BS on that, or do you think these players are on to something?
I definitely believe it. A lot of the players have been ranting and raving over the tight end utilization. Gus talked about the day of scrimmage. I think it was 3 days, it might have been 4 days ago. Out of 90 plays, the tight ends caught 5 passes, which in past years, hell, we'd have maybe one or two. So they are implementing some slants, some more tight end utilization from what I've seen, and the players are definitely hinting at a new look to the offense.
I can kind of dig that. Now, how do you think? I was just visualizing everything you were just saying. How do you think a speedster like Anthony Schwartz fits into this scheme with Chad Morris?
Well, for me, I just look at Alabama. You just look at some of the guys they have on slants,
Like
and
Devin
then
Waddell? Woo!
yeah, and then you take Schwartz, who's in that threshold of speed, and I think he could do the same. I mean, once he hits those afterburners, you're not going to catch him. So
I think that's a huge deal for Auburn to have so many great weapons. It leads me to think we're not going to go deep into the offensive line because that's just a really, very diverse thing to talk
yeah,
about.
very up in there.
Oh, man. So how do you feel about, for once, in my opinion, what do you think about the running as a fan, as an analytical figure in the game? What do you think about the running back room at Auburn right now?
I think the running back room is most talented it's been probably since the early 2000s. What is it, like almost everyone on the depth chart's a 4-star. Mark Anthony Richards is healthy again. I know in the scrimmage, DJ Williams didn't play. When asked about it, Gus just said he would be available next week. I haven't really dug into that very much, but that's as far as I know. But man, I think what is our oldest running back a junior? It'd be like the Shivers and was that the Shivers and Joyner class, I believe.
Right. Yep. And see, the good thing about that, you have such a guy like Shivers that doesn't necessarily have the statistics, but he has the receipts. He has a great run, two great runs against Alabama, the iconic run in the 2019 Iron Bowl where he knocked the helmet off. I can't think of the
Yes.
kid, McKinney, I think his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you have to kind of sort of listen to a guy like this. He's very vocal. Has a great leadership ability, and he does love Auburn. His mother is actually in the All About Auburn group, and she's very passionate
Right.
about
Absolutely.
talking about him. And I think the running back room is definitely in good shape as far as from a leadership standpoint. And I think Jack Bicknell, the new offensive line coach, is going to piece together a good offensive line to give Auburn a chance this year. So when we switch this thing over to the defense, and we're not going to go too in depth about the defense, but one of my favorite position groups is the interior seven. What are your thoughts as a fan and as that analytical figure? What do you think about the front seven for Auburn, the linebackers and the the depth situation with the linebackers and defensive linemen coming into this year.
Yeah, they're very, very versatile. I watched Big Cat's Bryant, his interview the other day. So, he's played end, he's played buck, he's played, kind of that hybrid role. And they're working him at, I believe it's what is it? I think it's the buck position. It's one of the ones he hasn't played the most. But, just the versatility of all these. I know Chandler Wooten opted out, but I mean, it's like they're all 4 stars, man. And what's
Well,
his
with
name? Jay, is it Jay Hardy?
oh yeah, Jay
Yeah,
Hardy and
he's just been getting
yeah,
praised
and Jerry
ever
and
since day
Handy, all
one.
those guys, man. And then when we think about Chandler Wooten opting out, was it Chandler? Yeah, it was Chandler Wooten opting
Yes.
out. We have guys like Wesley Steiner who can come in. You got
Yeah.
Romello Height, who,
Octavius Brothers.
yeah, all those guys are very versatile and can give. See, what I was talking about with, I did a video a couple of days ago where I talked about the reason why Auburn was so successful in that 3-1-7 defense against LSU is because stars had nothing to do with it. It had to do with the versatility of talent to where you could bring down a Jamie and Sherwood to play that Mike linebacker or put Owen Pappo. You can put guys in
Exactly.
various spots. And yeah, you might be a traditional 5-star linebacker, but when you start talking about being able to face what LSU had this year, you cannot cover those guys in that intermediate and in some of those dig routes that LSU were able to do. So that's why teams, unlike Auburn, were getting blown out because of this. So last but not least, Devin, what I want to talk about with you is when we talk about the secondary. Um, where do you think? Because we had a question that we posed earlier. What do you think is the best case scenario secondary wise for Auburn this coming season?
In regards to,
Well, for one, who do you think is going to be the? I'm looking at Roger McCreary as the field cornerback,
yes, yes.
and Christian Tutt. He's kind of the wild card in this because he can play anywhere on the field, in my opinion, except field cornerback.
Yeah, I
If he
know.
play, if he plays field cornerback, his hip movement is not cornerbackish. He's more of a nickel slash safety guy.
Yeah, I watched that 2019 Iron Bowl yesterday on the SEC network, and I'm trying to remember which one it was. It's like the fastest guy. It wasn't Waddle. It was on Bama, but man, he was just burning him off the line.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
It was
but
probably.
and then
I would think it was probably Henry Ruggs.
yeah, it
Um,
may have been Ruggs.
Yeah, because he's the second. He and Waddell were known to be the fastest guys in that
Right.
wide receiver core.
I know Gus has been making a big talk about trying to have 3 deep on those positions. He's even brought Matthew Hill over to practice on some of the defensive back positions. Also, he took Smoke Monday and moved him to corner just to get some reps. So
Oh
I don't,
man.
I really don't think we're hurting for depth there,
So,
and we've recruited some really good guys, recently.
yeah, we really have to definitely supplement depth at that cornerback position. Of course, it raises some eyebrows when you have to do these position changes like Matthew Hill from wide receiver to cornerback. But in recent times, Auburn has actually gotten this particular part of their program right. Devin, I'm going to tell you something, man. I definitely appreciate you coming on tonight. Very informative as always. I think any Auburn fan out there definitely needs to support the All About Auburn group on Facebook, pushing 6,000 members in less than a year of service. Devin, do you have any closing words for the Auburn fan base tonight?
One War Eagle, second, I think September the 3rd, UAB plays somebody. I can't remember who it is. And then that Saturday, I think it's, who is it, Texas State and Stephen F. Austin. They're not big time matchups, but there's some football, and those are usually some pretty good games. Those lower classification teams.
Oh man, that's kind of ironic because my wife is from well, actually her family is from Nacogdoches, Texas,
Oh,
where
okay,
Steve
awesome.
we have, yes sir, where Stephen F. Austin is. Matter of fact, her
Yeah, I've done
cousin,
some work
several of
out
her,
there.
yeah, several of her relatives went to Stephen F. Austin, so that's a huge deal. But Devin, I'm telling you, man, I'm going to be chirping at you real soon so we can talk some more Auburn football. The Auburn fan base, I really appreciate you guys' support with the All About Auburn page on Facebook and Vernon Speak Sports Auburn. This has been a great show. I've always enjoyed talking to Devin Dawson. Go ahead and like this video, comment, and subscribe to Vernon Speak Sports Auburn. And as always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger, War Eagle.